I'd like to take a moment to let you all know about a new non-profit organization started by my brother Craig. It's called Treats and Truth. They fill oversized brown lunch bags with snack items, chips, crackers, popcorn, cookies, etc. Also, a bottle of water, toothbrush, toothpaste, sanitary wipes, and most importantly, a small gospel tract book of John. No cigar? I'll have to talk to him about that. The bags are then hand-delivered to the homeless and people in need in and around the Los Angeles area. Let's help get this ministry off the ground. They're a 501c3 tax-exempt organization, so any and all donations are tax-deductible and greatly appreciated. Visit their website at treatsandtruth.org. Check out the show notes for the link. Also, please follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you. Welcome to episode 81 of the Burning Bush podcast, where we share the message of the Bible while enjoying a good cigar. Hope you're doing well, and I'm glad you've joined me today. This week, we continue reading through Dr. Justin Bass's book, The Bedrock of Christianity, the unalterable facts of Jesus' death and resurrection. And I am smoking the Sancho Panza Double Maduro in the Escudero 7 1/4 by 54 Vitola. And of course, again, Sancho Panza doesn't even have a website that I can find. I know they're distributed by General Cigar, as far as I knew last I heard, and I can't even find a website for General Cigar anymore. So let's go to Cigars International and see what they have to say. Sancho Panza Double Maduro. Gorgeous Oscuros. The Sancho Panza Double Maduro is a nice-looking Honduran made from a long filler blend of Honduran, Nicaraguan, and Dominican Piloto Cubano leaves, along with an alluring, dark, oily Oscuro wrapper. Medium to full-bodied with some spiciness. Sancho Panza Double Maduro received a well-deserved 91 rating, noting, "This box-pressed Corona is dark and attractive. It features an excellent draw and burn. Medium-bodied flavors are rich with a woody, nutty character. The finish has a hint of vanilla." And the profile is medium to full. Wrapper is Oscuro. Binder is Connecticut broadleaf, and fillers are Dominican, Honduran, and Nicaraguan. And the vitolas are the La Mancha, 5.5 by 44. The Quixote, 4.5 by 50. Figurado Corina, 6.1 by 54. Cervantes, 6.5 by 48. Lancero, 5.2 by 54. The Escudero Presidente, 7.2 by 54. And the Alicante, 5.5 by 55. That is the Sancho Panza Double Maduro. And just on a personal note, this was back when I started smoking premium cigars back in 2013. This was my favorite cigar for probably the first year or so. This was my go-to. I fell in love with the Sancho Panza Double Maduros and stuck with them as my number one for quite a while. And I started branching out, and of course you find other things. But this is a solid stick. So I think I haven't had one in a long time, but I got a 5-pack, and I see that they're being reimagined by Matt Booth from Room 101, and they've changed the band, and I guess they're doing some tweaks on the blends as well. So looking forward to trying the new Sancho Panza. So there it is. So let's go ahead and get back into this week's reading of Dr. Justin Bass's book, The Bedrock of Christianity. The title of this week's section is simply James. What happened to James, Jesus' brother, after Jesus' death? All the gospel traditions concerning Jesus' brothers are negative during his public ministry, for not even his brothers were believing in him. John 7:5, and see also Mark 3:31 through 35, 6:3 through 6, Matthew 12:46 through 50, and 13:55 through 58. Yet something changed. We see Jesus' brothers begin to follow Jesus after his resurrection. Acts 1:14. His brothers become traveling missionaries whom Paul knows. 1 Corinthians 9:5. And when Paul meets with James, he considers him one of the apostles. Galatians 1:19. In addition, Acts presents James as the leader of the Jerusalem church, even seeming to have higher authority on ecclesiastical decisions than Peter himself. Acts 12:17, 15:13, and 21:18. How do we historically account for this transformation? How did James become convinced that his brother Jesus, who had been crucified, was raised from the dead? What would it take to convince you that your brother is the Son of God and Lord of the world? Possibly, if after a gruesome and bloody death, your brother appeared to you again, alive. The creedal tradition testifies that this is what happened. Then he appeared to James. 1 Corinthians 15:7. Even though not all scholars are convinced that James underwent a conversion due to Jesus appearing to him, virtually everyone grants Jesus' appearance to James. In other words, whether James was an unbeliever or already a follower of his brother Jesus, he believed Jesus appeared to him. As with Jesus' appearance to Peter, we do not possess a narrative account of Jesus' appearance to James. Again, we see the restraint of the authors of the Gospels to not invent a story when they do not have one. As Reginald Fuller wisely notes, it might be said that if there were no record of an appearance to James, the Lord's brother in the New Testament, we should have to invent one in order to account for his post-resurrection conversion and rapid advance. Jesus' appearance to his brother James is built on historical bedrock. Even if we cannot know for certain James's attitude toward his brother Jesus before this appearance took place. And that's the end of this week's reading of Dr. Justin Bass's book, The Bedrock of Christianity. Be sure to check out the show notes for links to Dr. Bass's website, as well as this week's cigar. Also in the show notes are links to Treats and Truth Ministry, where you can get involved in helping to spread the gospel to and to be a blessing to the homeless. Groundworks Ministries for daily Bible studies and devotionals, and the Burning Bush merchandise store, where you can pick up some items to help spread the word about the show. And as always, I'd appreciate it if you would tell your friends. So until next week, have a great day, have a great cigar, and God bless.